Guys, welcome back. So today I'll be talking about this fragrance which I am not using. I don't know why I bought it. Maybe because it was so raved about in the on over the internet, and that is ZARA Red Vanilla. And this is quite popular over the internet, and I have seen many influencers talk about it, but to me it was not my cup of tea, and I did get a full bottle thinking that I would actually like it, but it's a no-go for me. I thought it would be like, I prefer fresh fragrances and sweet fragrances, gourmand fragrances, but it was neither of the two. And it says red vanilla, and you can see I have the full bottle. It's for, I think the MRP is 12.90, and I got the full bottle thinking that I would like it, but I don't actually. I'll show you a close-up of this packaging and everything. So yeah, let's show you the bottle. How the box looks like, it says red vanilla, and it's an EDT, but it actually lasts for I think 4 to 5 hours. It's a decent lasting power for an EDT, and I do overspray it like 5 to 6 sprays, or even more than that, 7 to 8 sprays. And yeah, you can see it's for 12.90. And this is the bottle of ZARA Red Vanilla, and you can see it would actually look really pretty on your vanity. It looks really beautiful. It is like a decently thick glass bottle, and I have not used it at all, like hardly like 2 to 3 sprays maybe. But yeah, it's a beautiful bottle, and I actually really like it. It looks really beautiful when it sits on my vanity. And let's talk about the notes of this. It says it has blackcurrant, vanilla, praline, pear, patchouli, tonka bean, and iris. And it says on the Fragrantica website that it is a fruity floral fragrance, but to me it's a very different fragrance. It smells very citrusy, woody. To me, it's light powderiness. I will explain it in detail. So let's just spray it on a strip of paper and tell you how it smells like. So coming back to this fragrance, tell you what it smells like. So in the beginning you get like a very citrusy, almost like a cologne type citrusiness. The kind of citrusiness you would get in Old Spice if you have ever sniffed Old Spice. It has that zesty, slightly citrus, like a lemony, zesty, citrusy note, which is quite strong. It's in your face strong, like that sort of a citrus note. And then as it settles down, I start getting that slight fruitiness, a slight very mild fruitiness from the blackcurrant, I think. Yeah, it's in the background. I get a very slight sweet fruity note in the background. It is not cough syrupy, but I can sniff that there is some fruit in the background, and I do sniff the citrusy note. Like, it has calmed down a little bit. It was very zesty in the beginning, very citrusy, but now it has calmed down actually. And I can sniff the powderiness, the sort of powderiness you get, yeah, from iris, almost like a powder. So I do get the citrus note along with the powderiness and a little bit of sweetness in the background from the blackcurrant, which is very mild. Then as the fragrance dries down, I do get sort of a patchouli note. Patchouli is smells actually like a pan. If you have ever sniffed pan, it has that sort of fragrance. And patchouli is not my favorite like note in a fragrance, so that's why I usually avoid fragrances which has patchouli in it. But I don't know why I bought this. I thought it would be a good one because it was so raved about over the internet, but and that patchouli is giving it a sort of a depth, maybe you can say it's giving it a lot of woodiness, like a woody musky note. It almost feels like a men's perfume. I mean, it can be worn by both men and women, but I think it's leaning more towards a masculine scent. I would like to sniff this type of fragrance on a man rather than a woman. So yeah, it's not my cup of tea. It's very different from the kind of fragrances I like. I like a musky woody fragrance but with a proper floral note. And here what I get is a citrusy zestiness with which has calmed down, and I then get woodiness with slight floral powdery note. The floral note or powdery note you won't be able to notice because the woodiness is that much. So that is Zara Red Vanilla. I hope I was clear with my notes. And yeah, in short, I would say it's a fragrance with citrusy opening and woody dry down. That is what I would say. It doesn't have like, I don't really get the tonka. Maybe little bit I do get the tonka. Tonka bean gives a fragrance sort of a chocolatey note. I do get that very slight on in the base, but other than that I don't get anything. So yeah, that is Zara Red Vanilla. So let's compare this to La Vie Belle, which I have, and I'll compare that to this one so that you have an idea as to if Zara Red Vanilla is a dupe for that. So yeah, let's find out. So here I have La Vie Belle, and let's just compare it to the original Red Vanilla, which is said to be a dupe for La Vie Belle. So I bought it 2 to 3 months back, and that's the bottle. It's a very beautiful bottle, and here's the strip of paper, and it has macerated like well properly. Like you can see, the juice has gotten like very deeper. It was not that pink earlier, and it is a very famous fragrance. Let's just spray it and tell you if Red Vanilla is a dupe for La Vie Belle. So in the opening I get a lot of like a strong citrusy note just like Red Vanilla, but it's a different sort of a note. It has top notes of blackcurrant and pear, and then middle note of iris and jasmine, and orange blossom, and base note of praline, vanilla, patchouli, tonka bean, and yeah. It now the citrusiness has like dried down a little bit. It has calmed down, and I can smell the slight sweetness from and fruitiness from the pear and the blackcurrant, and then it's settling down quickly into a very powdery scent, maybe due to the presence of iris and jasmine. It is very powdery compared to that of Red Vanilla, and I have Red Vanilla here. Yeah, the powderiness in Lancome La Vie Belle is quite strong, and I don't get the orange blossom. And as it settles down, I do start to get the rich woodiness similar to that of Red Vanilla. I do get that patchouli note, which is giving it that woody note, like depth. Patchouli again is a pan-like fragrance. It smells like pan. If you have been to India, if you know what I mean, you would know what patchouli smells like. And yes, I do get that. I do get a very powdery fragrance. I do get a lot of powderiness, and I do get the citrusy note too. It is a very citrusy, powdery fragrance with patchouli in it. Patchouli is not that dominant, but powdery and citrusy note is the dominant. Patchouli is giving it that depth, that woodiness, and yeah, that is what is very. It's a very strong fragrance. I mean, I spray La Vie Belle for like 3 to 4 sprays, and I'm done for until next day. Like my clothes smell until the next day. So when I bought uh, La Vie Belle in the, like when I bought it recently. So when I bought La Vie Belle for the first time, so, it smelled almost like synthol lemon flavored soap you get. You, you like it smelled like a baby of synthol lemon soap mixed with Lux pink soap bar. It smelled like that, but I don't know, it has changed a lot from maceration. It smells a lot powdery and citrusy. Citrusy note does calm down when the powderiness appears, but yeah, it is a citrusy powdery fragrance with woody note, which gives it a nice depth. So sniffing both of them side by side, I can say that red vanilla is actually not a dupe for La Vie Belle. It may remind you, like some of the written notes may be similar. Both of them are very different fragrances, very different from each other. They smell very different and not very different, like you, they are similar but not the same. They are not dupes, I would say. Red vanilla is not a dupe for La Vie Belle, and that I can confirm because I have both of them and I have sniffed both of them on paper. And even when you spray it on clothes, you will get like a citrusy, almost like a men's cologne type fragrance from this one. You'll get a citrusy woodiness here, and then in Lancome La Vie Belle you get a citrusy powderiness with hints of woody note. So both of them are very different. So if anyone says that ZARA red vanilla is a dupe for La Vie Belle, Lancome, no, not at all. Even performance wise, Lancome is better than ZARA. Lancome is far better than red vanilla. So yeah, that was my review for red vanilla. If anyone wants to know anything about this one was actually very spicy in the beginning. I don't know, I did get the pink pepper. There is no pink pepper in the notes, but I was getting a slight spiciness. I did get citrusy woody note in this with spices, with lots of spices, but no, it's not a spicy fragrance. It's a very citrusy, slight powdery with a lot of woody note. So that is ZARA red vanilla. And yeah, do let me know if you have any doubt, if what you think about red vanilla. If you want me to review any other ZARA fragrances, do let me know in the comment section below. I would gladly do that. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.